Okay, today I'm going to talk about UI and NS ScrollView and tips and tricks. This slide will be posted later today or tomorrow. So keep an eye on Meetup iOS timeline. About me, my name is Kaz Yoshikawa. I run a company called Electric Woods in Tokyo. And I also have a paper company in Toronto, Canada. I think I'm one of the earliest members of iOS Meetup group. Not so many people know that it held in Starbucks Ginza a long time ago.
That's true.
Here's some of my products I used to involve. Two pretty famous desktop publishing software packages, and some iOS dictionaries, and some Japanese newspaper app, and some of my own branded product that has been discontinued for a while. Okay, question. Do you use UI NS as ScrollView? Yes, right? Are they zoomable? Yeah, probably yes, right? Have you had any issues when you're zooming content? And I have two cases, and the first case is, you might have already forgotten, but when you zoom in, there's a problem of, especially if you have vector graphics or in your ScrollView. Say you have some nice sharp PDF content as a subview of ScrollView. It displays beautifully with a zoom scale is 1. Then start zooming into the part of the content. Then what you got the screen is pretty bad, sad, RAW image. Yeah, you got simply stretched image from raw resolution into the image. You may think, because of content view doesn't know when it needs to be drawn. So set content mode to redraw, then content view will be redrawn with sharp vector content. Nope, it doesn't work. Although the content view is redrawn upon zooming, it still, redisplays the raw resolution stretched image. Okay, I got it. Update content scale factor according to the zoom scale, and you got your contents are no longer be right. Yeah, right. But it works up to the maximum scale is somewhere 2 or so. You know what? When you set a double number of content scale factor, it actually allocates 4 times of memory for bit 1. For example, if you are 2048, 1535 Retina iPad contents requires about 12 megabytes of bit 1. But once it comes to the 4 times scale, it actually requires 48 megabytes of memory. Then you can tell app will eventually crash at some point of zooming. Then today, I'd like to talk about tips and tricks how to solve this problem. First of all, you are not going to place your content view right inside of your UI ScrollView. Instead, place a content view behind your ScrollView, then place dummy content view as a subview of a ScrollView. Then make sure both UI ScrollView and the dummy content view background color to be transparent. Yes, transparent. Then your dummy content view and your actual content view has a difference in each other. Then when you pinch or zoom within the ScrollView, your vector content view is not actually zoomed, but your dummy transparent content view, just like the video of this screen. Then your vector drawing view overrides draw method to draw the content, but instead of using your own bounds, use dummy content views bound. You are going to draw content as if your bound is not actually your bound, but it's dummy's content view bounds. So since dummy content view is actually transparent, your vector graphics will actually display on your screen. So make sure ScrollView's delegate need to be handled and propagate to your actual vector content view upon scrolling and zooming. If you're using draw method instead of draw rect, you might want to override set needs display to propagate your superclass as well as your CA layer. Also, if you set draws asynchronously to true, and the drawing commands will be executed in background thread, and you may have some performance gain in some cases, so it's worth to try. I posted the sample code to GitHub. The name is PDF page view demo. It only display one page PDF page. That's vector content. But you may play with the UI ScrollView maximum scale factor to see how it works with this technique. Maybe I can show you a demo if I have time later. Okay, here's another case, which is using OpenGL or Meetup with UI or any ScrollView. If you have tried either OpenGL or Meetup, you realize that UI or NS ScrollView will not work with OpenGL or Meetup based view or layer. In some type of 3D games, it doesn't matter why you need to scroll or zoom. It doesn't make sense. On the other hand, some type of app like a famous GL Paint is really nice if you can scroll and zoom, right? In fact, it is pretty hard to implement by handling mouse or gestures to simulate the same experience with user, the native scroll view. Then here it is once again, using dummy content view. You might have already seen this image, but once again, you open GL. And OpenGL or Meetup view are placed behind the scroll view side by side, and place dummy content view within the scroll view. And don't forget dummy content view and scroll view's background color to be transparent. Again, when you zoom inside the scroll view, dummy view is the one actually zoom, but since it is transparent, it will not appear on the screen. Instead, MTK view will be seen through the scroll view. Then again, Meetup view renders image towards not MTK view bounds, but dummy content view. Meetup needs to draw within the normalized device coordinate, which is between -1 to +1 axis and -1 to +1 y-axis, 0 to +1 in z-axis. So your content coordinate needs to transform to dummy content view and MTK view, and finally device coordinate. While I explain this verbally, it takes a few seconds, but once you start coding on your desk, you will find it's not as easy as Okay, enough talk. And show me the code. I posted the project on GitHub. It named Silver Shadow. It has yet to finish documentation, still under development. But you can download and build and try. It works on both iOS and macOS. It uses UI ScrollView on iOS and uses NS ScrollView for the macOS. So this is proven project that this dummy content view strategy work on for both iOS and macOS. So this is an example of the screen. You may render image textures on the screen as well as point shader or other shader you write. It has the ability to draw bar graphics, so it's easier to draw text on the screen. So unlike ASCII shader and sprite kit, Meetup limitation is actually your limitation. Render view wraps MTK view, scroll view, and dummy content view as a sub-view and then constructed by code. You don't have to prepare any complex storyboard wiring. just press render view on the storyboard and it just works. It has some concept similar to sprite scene or its subgrass, it's called canvas. So you can just subgrass and get started. It has an ability to render Bezier curve, Bezier path by the shader. So you can use and also you can use Quad Graphics to build the texture to render on the screen. So please give me a feedback and a pull request and styles. I have also experienced some traditional triangle-based shader or metal tessellation. So if you have interested in discussing this area, please come talk to me after the talk. Thank you. Maybe I can show you the demo. Okay, so this is actually the demo app test PDF. So it's hard to so when I need to move to zoom in, you can zoom pretty high ratio. And you can still scroll. If you usually using a content scale factor technique, and it will probably die, die because run out of memory. So this is how this can work for a PDF or some other graphics context. So this is, you can try and test. The other one. So this is a metal-based shaper shadow. So it's a metal-based. It's scroll and zoom nicely. So it's the architecture is something similar to sprite kit. So you just make a little component and you write a shader and associate with it, and you can write pretty much any shader. So you can try. The funny movement, because this is point shader, because point shader actually looks funny like this, right? But this is how it works. Okay, then this is the end of my demo, and if you have any questions.
Any questions?
Okay.
How did you come across this idea to use a dummy game?
Actually, I was watching a WWDC video and how to work the US ScrollView with OpenGL. The WWDC's video is it's about for example gaming. You have some cars, racing game, and you have you want to use a scroll brush, you select the cars. This kind of stuff. But I thought maybe this idea maybe can be applied for some other stuff, especially zooming. Zooming is very hard for working with OpenGL or Metal. So I thought this might work, but I hold this idea for a little while, and then I start trying this sometime end of this year, last year. And then it seems working,
So what do you the dummy ScrollView to catch the events, and then the content, then you redraw the content view. Right, okay, cool. That's smart. Because when I use the map view too, I have the same problem, where the map view will use like 100 megabytes of
Right.
memory and then kill my apps.
So what the Apple do for the PDF sample program is they use a tiled layer, which is it's maybe okay, but still look funny, when you scrolling and zooming, and it's tidying, flickering the screen, and I think this way may be better than using tiled layer.
One more question.
Okay.
I noticed, correct me if I'm wrong, you are redrawing the backing layer on every frame when you are zooming, right? So as you pinch, you are redrawing always.
Right.
Did you hit any performance issues with this?
Actually there are some performance issues, but it's this is if your content is up to like a 2 times zoom, okay, you can still work with the content scale factor. But if it didn't work that way, you have a choice. You could move on this way. There are some, compared to the content scale factor, there is some performance hit, but still, I think it's still workable. So,
Yeah, I agree. Yeah.
any other? Okay.
Did you ever run like frames per second on it to see, is it doing 60 FPS or?
I haven't tried.
Okay.
I haven't tried that.
Yeah.
Maybe I can try later.
Reason I asked is actually, I think Apple still, when you pinch in into the PDF file, it kind of pinches into the rasterized layer and then does the redrawing when you kind of release your hands off the screen. And
Yeah,
yours
I
was
agree.
very sharp on every frame. So if it works well,
Yeah, I think, I was thinking how to do this, I used to work on a PDF viewer for a long time ago, and then I implemented, own, mechanism to zoom, really get into, but it's a lot of hard, it's a lot of computations and hard. So I think this is much easier way to do this. Really, if you really zoom into the content, and this is how maybe better way to work.
really cool.
Yeah, the memory issue is what I always get. It's the biggest one for me.
Right.
I don't care
Usually
if it's
the memory.
slow, if it doesn't crash my app.
Right. So if it's you have a choice, if you depend on your
This
content.
one's really fast. It's really cool.
Yeah, this one because of metal, so
Yeah.
metal is super fast, but
Yeah.
it can work with core graphics as well.
I tell people the cool thing about Apple is you can cheat. So,
I don't know how what the other people are trying to do this idea. So I try to search somebody who have tried something similar, but
you have to end up doing this so many times.
so you can use this. You can get a sample code and try to do this, or you can implement your own. So the technique is the same. Any questions? Comment? Okay, thank you very much.